Hey JB, how's it going, sir? Don't make no sense. I forgot to run qualifying as part of the recording too. Yeah, I hadn't seen you in a while. Wait, no. The release of the next F1 Manager game on the motorsport end of things. One's the halfway point. Yeah. Fuel to 21, I think. Close our eyes and hope for the best. Got sick of the last one. Yeah, I lost interest at this point too. I got 9 seasons in. I went back to McLaren, and when Verstappen and Norris's contracts came up, they re-signed Ocon. I kid you not. Yuki Tsunoda and Ocon. And once I got to the 10th season, like I didn't have the best aerodynamic car anymore. I won the championship in season 9, but season 10 was just like, it was deep enough in the game. Things were kind of starting to get really weird. But I went with McLaren and I put the Red Bull engine in it. Football Manager? I'm... What was the last version of that we bought? Just peeking here quick. Football Manager 2018. I never really had a clue what I was doing in it. I'm playing FC24 a little bit on the we got on PS Plus for the PlayStation 5. Porter's the first driver. For inexplicable reasons, he gets out-qualified by the number 2 car. But there are certain races where he's better, and there's races like this, and I just don't. I don't fully understand or comprehend what's happening. Porter is the top driver. He's got the better car. He's got the better driving skill. It just... It's weird. Some of the races are just like this. I think I've had this happen with him a lot too, actually. I have to upgrade the lineup when we go to the top tier championship next season. And I have no idea, how I'm going to cross that bridge. I usually try to keep the rosters the same until I can't anymore, because it's really tricky to start changing the lineup. I wonder if that's where he's... Oh, his consistency's 13. Yeah. The fuel loads might be making a difference too. I know this game inside and out. 1,400 hours in it. Although I don't understand why Porter often ends up behind his number 2 driver in some races. Well, min points. Well, she's going to get slower later, though, because I think we have to put soft tires on her. Unless we get 21 laps out of these somehow. They cliff at 15%, by the way. we don't want to be running them beyond that point. The last F1 season I ran in 23 was weird, though, because I developed the McLaren into an incredibly dominant car, in the first half of the season. And then, as the season went on, Ferrari just overtook and got faster. Gotta save that ERS battery. Brawn, yeah, we brawned it. But the problem is that as it rolled into season 10, we kind of kept the disadvantage going into the next season. I think some of it might just be a product of the game going that deep in, with research and development, just kind of. But once I started winning with McLaren, I never failed to win a championship after that. Yeah, the cars kind of felt like it was maxing out. And the AI's maxes seem to be higher than ours. One of the things that would be cool, like if they could do in the new game, is have the engines change, like the power delivery and reliability and stuff, just like change over time. So they could potentially find benefits in changing engines between seasons, maybe. I think the F1 series has tried to do that a little bit. The next one is launching at $35, so it's $20 cheaper than last year's game. I don't know if that's a pre-order thing or if that's going to be the launch price. Let me double check my wish list. I haven't actually ordered it yet. Yeah, there's a 10% pre-purchase on the deluxe edition, which is normally 40 or will be 45, but it's 40.49, and the standard edition is 34.99. Yeah, I don't really use the Game Pass architecture. I strongly believe it's going to collapse in on itself. Actually, it already is, because they're in the conundrum where they're apparently doubling down, like putting Call of Duty on it, but they came pretty close to not doing it because they didn't want to cannibalize their sales for Call of Duty. I just plain don't think a subscription model works for new games. A subscription model like Game Pass. It works more than perfectly well for like having like a catalog of old games that have already made like their front end on sales. Well, yeah, like for the consumer, what is it a year? I'm going to the site. Join for $1. That's another problem. The discounts they're offering. Yeah, 10 a month. Looks like you don't even have a yearly option. Yeah, it's great for the consumers. Like figuring out how to make it money is obviously Microsoft's problem. But they're losing so much money on it right now that they're getting like a lot of shareholder pressure, I believe. Because back when they started, like with the Xbox and the 360, like their losses were a rounding error, like for Microsoft's total money. But they've thrown billions into acquiring studios, and they're still not churning a profit. So it's becoming like more of a rounding error for them in terms of losses. Sony is not doing much better, to be fair. Because they're all trying to embrace live service, and that's not working for hardly anybody. I have a swaddle of cars coming in. Oh, you're top tier? Do they let you see what the library looks like? I'm just curious about that. Looks like they do. Join for $1. Oh, first 14 days for $1. That was an issue they did have, though, that they're just like they're handing discounts out like candy. Yeah. That's not what I wanted to see. Whoops. Yeah, look at the difference there in tire wear with the Lightfoot. It's insane. Oh, I forgot to change the pit crew. Yeah, Porter's trailing starts to look artificial because we're going to be putting a lot less fuel in his car. So he's going to suddenly probably look a little bit more into this. Games. Oh yeah, you can explore the whole thing. Yeah, MLB The Show is on it, which is just, I find that hilarious. The main reason for that is that Sony isn't really getting to dictate exclusivity for that game anymore. I have you on a user group that doesn't block links now. I have to elevate. I have to specifically elevate users to that status. The base level, I don't want posting links because most of the like the new messages I get are just people trying to just drive by and spam. Yeah, see, Porter's suddenly ahead of O'Hara. And the main reason is just like that fuel offset. Porter was carrying more fuel, had to spend less time. Yeah. My bot gets most of them. Some people think they're smart, so they like space out like the periods so that the bot won't identify it as a link. Then I just manually ban them. So dumb to put that much effort into beating a bot. Yeah, everyone just wants to make money on Twitch. Use my battery to try to get by. Yeah, the layout of this track, the layout of this track is a lot bigger actually. It's like this and this combined. It's hard to describe. It kind of resembles Abu Dhabi, even though Doha is actually Qatar. Yeah, the full layout of this I think is like a minute 30 to a minute 40 lap times. Yeah, I think it comes out. Yeah. Can I bring that up somewhere? Apparently not. There is like one on the practice screen where you can like bring up the event details. Once I actually can bring up that screen, I can show what the other layout looks like. What it's supposed to look like anyway. Yeah. Part of it is that he's wearing tires much slower than everyone else too. Which immensely helps. Dalatev is the guy we're struggling to beat. He does not actually. There's just a tire perk that saves super softs. So they just end up being way better than a regular set. They end up lasting way longer. These guys' tire wear stats are actually about the same, and it's like lower tier. O'Hara's a 10. Porter's an 8. If O'Hara gets to 11, she'll have slightly better. Tire smoothness is 16, I think, is effectively top tier, 16 to 20. 8 is just better than, like, the lowest. Like, you're in second tier, like, tire wear, and then 11 to 14 or 15 is tier 3, 16 to 20 is tier 4. It used to be different, I think, based on every point of rating, but I think they simplified it in patches. Like someone that's got like a 16 smoothness will do an even better job like saving with this stat. Ride is screwed. Guys, what's wrong with the suspension? The answer is nothing. Ah. You can't buy it anymore? I'm curious. Yeah, they still sell Motorsport Manager on the PC. Go figure. Yeah, I'm just not big on phone games. Play sports. Motorsport Manager Mobile 4. Part of the reason they probably took it off is because they'd rather have you buy the newer one. They need to give the PC port some love. Just my opinion. For whatever that's worth. Trying to see if my camera settings are getting weird because of the Windows updates. Or Windows 11's just breaking it. That happens a lot too. The newer ones are crap. Yeah, the PC port was just one and done. Like, well, they did do DLC. I would love them to like build a newer version of this. Because the cars have evolved, the F1 cars have evolved quite a bit from when they created this. They were able to foresee like the 2017, like 2018 specs a little bit. But we've kind of moved like away from like that with like the ground effect cars now. I'm gonna win. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win. Dalatev has too many laps. He has too many laps left on that tire. Van Clusian's giving up the ghost in pit. Yeah, he's trying to forestall it. But... oh yeah, so they just took it down completely. Ubisoft went a step further than that with the Crew. They actually tried to start deleting it off of people's hard drives. Which is just like absolutely horrible game development behavior. You should never be able to legally delete someone's game from the hard drive that they've paid money for. Well, this worked out. Let's turn it on auto so that I don't have to like guess when we have to burn our battery to the finish line. The computer gets it exactly right every time. I have to remember to do that every time. Well, yeah, I think I got my forecasting center, and then we got to a track where that you don't need it. Forecasting center upgrade. Hi, maintenance cap. Whenever he's wide awake and doesn't have access to me, he just freaks out. Yeah, he's 3.5 star, but he's effectively 4 star in the race because we have like a racer perk on him. But it's not gonna cut the mustard for like WMC because we're gonna like fall short in qualifying, and that's not. Runzo Vial. I think we might sign him. He's unemployed. I'm gonna mark him. No! That's irritating. I don't have an immediate. I guess I kind of do. Gambling. When they burn out, you just want to get rid of them. And what do we have? We have a 17 there. Okay. The official F1 mobile game was filled with loot boxes, unnecessary fluff, and a need to be connected to the internet. This game is better in every way, a blast to play, and I will be recommending to my friends. Someone's review of the game. Weird. For Motorsport Manager Mobile. Oh boy, he's throwing himself at the door now. Oh Oh boy. Let's throw a party. I always choose party. I don't care. I'm not going to be in this league next year. Pit stop training. Free download. If it's anything like the PC port, it shouldn't actually have any loot boxes. It's such a weird thing to be in a review. Can get it for free, huh? It looks pretty basic in comparison. Ah, that limits what we can do. Can I do anything more? Not really. Oh, they've made them pay to win? I gotcha. That makes sense. Oh, because it's not present. I've read rumors in the newspaper. You're thinking getting rid of me? That's a fine way to hear it. I can offer a lot to this team. I hope you know that. If you do want to get rid of me, it hurts to hear about it through the papers. I mean, we are planning to get rid of her, so... but that just kind of... It's like a random thing that can happen. Okay. I could develop brakes towards next year's car, but next year's car is not going to be in this division, so it doesn't. Yeah, they're just shilling the new stuff. trying to sell the idea that, like in the movie 1984, we've always been at war with Eurasia. But they just change the narrative of like what the baseline experience for a game is, and then they pretend like it was never a different way. And then they complain that a game like Elden Ring that doesn't have any of that makes like over $1 billion. Oh yeah, the PC game shows it too. Elden Ring, 25 million. Equals GTA 4. Yeah, like 1.5 billion. $1.5 billion of revenue for Elden Ring. Yeah, they're not saying how much it is. Okay. Sort this out. Yeah. Okay. I'll turn the stream off for the night. My cat's being impossible, so I have to go and give him some attention. But this game is, like, this game in particular, like the PC port, is so detailed. It has, like, depth in terms of, like, rule changes and, like, random events and things that affect the drivers. Like, there's obviously, like, a lot of passion in this. So, like, for the mobile game to be, like, pay to win, like, I've kind of seen, like, a taste of that with, like, EA stuff. Like they have like an F1 mode where like you put parts into the cars and you kind of grind and get faster parts that can compete with higher level cars, and they try to get you into that loot box mindset. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already done so, feel free to the follow button one time. So like share on the YouTube end of things. I'll be here probably tomorrow. Not sure what I'll be playing. Either this or Final Fantasy X-2. But yeah, hit the follow button if you haven't already. Sub, like, and share on the YouTube end. I'm not sure if I said that already. I might be repeating myself, but yeah. Anyway, take care, guys. Have a great one. Later on.